quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-392-7955. 800-392-7955. 800-392-7955.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of a delicious homemade meal from HelloFresh. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who's got time to cook? But what if I told you with HelloFresh, homemade is easier than ever? With tons of quick, flavor-packed recipes that help you get a meal on the table in minutes, like Parmesan herb-crusted salmon. I wish you could smell this. Guess you'll just have to taste for yourself. HelloFresh, homemade, made easy. Learn more at HelloFresh.com.
There's a chill in the air and the big red bows are on the cars. Make this holiday season a December to remember with a great deal on your new Lexus from Lexus of Cherry Hill. The 2025 Lexus are arriving daily. Over 300 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Lexus of Cherry Hill, now a 7-time J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence winner for the customer sales experience. Visit LexusofCherryHill.com. Lexus of Cherry Hill, family owned and operated.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2024.
Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
When you need to know, depend on KYW News Radio 1039 FM.
America celebrates the life of former President Jimmy Carter. Philadelphia Mayor Shorr-Parks reflects on her first year in office, and final preparations are underway for the New Year's Eve fireworks display over the Delaware River.
Get the latest anytime on KYW News Radio. Now on Crystal Clear 103.9 FM.
You've never needed us more.
Hey, Joe Camry here. You know, when you're making your New Year's resolutions, be sure to think about your car and your wallet, and then head on over to United Tire and Service. Taking care of your car and saving money is a resolution you can actually keep thanks to United Tire. From new tires to full inspections, oil changes, and more, United Tire and Service will keep your car in shape without breaking the bank. Stop by your locally owned United Tire and Service or go to UnitedTire.com. That's UnitedTire.com. Don't drive alone. Drive United.
How do you spot the all-new Nissan Rogue Rock Creek? Here's a hint. It's got all-terrain tires, a tubular roof rack you can't miss, and it's tough inside and out with lava red detailing. You'll also find it in its natural habitat, climbing mountains, attacking rugged trails, and never backing down from any adventure. The first ever Nissan Rogue Rock Creek.
Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Always secure cargo. Heavy loading of the vehicle with cargo, especially on the roof, will affect the handling and stability of the vehicle.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
When you buy a new house, you might say,
"Shut the front door."
Winning!
No, seriously, shut the front door. We own this house now.
But you actually need to say,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
That's right. The local State Farm agent is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
Welcome to my crib. No one says that anymore, but I don't care.
So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
This is Zach Gelb with Honesty Sports Minute, sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook board in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. What a fun story. The Washington Commanders have been in their second season removed from Daniel Snyder owning the team. A once proud franchise and fan base is now back, and they have something to cheer for again. It was great to see them clinch a playoff spot last night, and Jaden Daniels is a young star at quarterback, and he's the perfect person to be the face of what feels like a brand new organization moving forward. I'm Zach Gelb.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Live from the Tasty Cake Studios. An Odyssey Sports Station. This is the Brandon Graham Show on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It is the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly. It is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller Time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. Back on the winning track, so we have to start it off the right way. Eagles. That's a good one. Man. Starting off good.
Oh, man.
Brandon,
especially after a win like that.
Yes, sir. It's Eliot Shorr-Parks here with me, Brandon Graham as well. What's up, ESP?
Man, you got a lot of love on the Jumbotron, by the way, yesterday. Put you up there for the Walter Payton Man of the Year, got the standing ovation, so that was cool to see.
Nah, you know what? It's cool because our team is really just getting stronger every week, man. And I'm just loving being on the sideline, being able to encourage and just be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely, man, fun to watch. And I know, it's that burner. I'm just grinding. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, just seeing them boys out there, and I know they're doing a great job, man. I'm proud of them.
Do they have to hold you from jumping in every once in a while? I feel like you, because I can hear the way that you talk about it, about wanting to be out there. Yeah. I can imagine even being on the sideline might even make it a little bit harder sometimes because you're so close to it. You can't go out there and do it.
It's fun because I still can talk to the guys out there. Some people from playing against them and saying, boy, you lucky, but I'm sending my young boys out there, my young dogs out there, and they out there eating. You know, that boy JC, man, I'm proud of him. Just seeing his growth, how he's doing in the season, and I just felt like, man, it just be those moments where you just like, boy, you want to get out there because you see how hype it is. You see what they doing out there on defense, and you just want to be a part of it. But for the most part, it's been easy to be out there instead of being at home and having those feelings.
What was this your first game on the sideline since the surgery? I feel like you were on there one before, right? So this is your first one on the sideline since.
Well, no. I've been on there 3 weeks. Really.
Okay.
This is my 4th week coming up. It's crazy how it's been for 4 weeks already since surgery. But I think the first Sunday I was out there.
Okay.
I didn't miss a game.
What's it been like for you? Obviously, like you said, you want to jump out there, and I'm sure versus the Cowboys, it probably feels it even a little more. But what you kind of like felt like you've learned your role in like helping people out, when to jump in, when to talk to people. Just what's the adjustment like to being on the sideline?
Well, the adjustment is just knowing. Well, I already go to the meetings,
right?
And so when I'm at the meetings, I'm writing down stuff. I'm trying to get the lingo.
So you're still taking notes.
Doing all that stuff so I can know what they know and what's the game plan for the week, so we can talk the same when I'm looking out there, knowing what the tips are and stuff like that. And so I try to stay in tune with that, try to stay in tune with knowing the plays, because when you don't do it all the time, you got to kind of make sure that you stay freshened up. So I'm always going through my notes when I'm in the meetings, then I go work out. Then most of the time I don't even really stay for practice because it's like I already know what's going on, and then I get ready for the next day, and then I repeat it, and I try to make sure I'm working out, just try to stay in shape the best way I can. But yeah, it's been cool, man, being able to stay on the sideline and still give them good coaching points on what I see, help Sweaty and the guys, and say, hey, man, they trying to hit you like this, and everything that we talked about in the meetings, this is what they doing, and so we just adjust as we go. But it's been fun in that way, just coaching up.
Now, we know what the ultimate goal is of the season, but the team won the NFC East yesterday officially. What does winning the division mean? Is that something that means a lot to the team?
Oh, it's a great start. It's a great start. It's like you got your eyes on the prize of where you say, hey, our goal was to get the NFC East on top of winning the Super Bowl, and of course, Super Bowl is trumps everything. But this is a great start to what our goals was in the beginning, and that's winning the division, getting in the playoffs. Now it's we got to hit our second part. We gotta win this week. We gotta make sure that we win 1 week at a time and don't look too far ahead. Just make sure that we take care of business, so we don't let nothing, no stone go unturned on the preparation, the workouts that we got to make sure that we're doing, making sure that we're staying in tune with our body, eating right, making sure all the details of what your preparation is, so that you can be ready for them games, and staying healthy is another one too. So I think we in a great spot right now. We just got to make sure that we continue to just keep having fun in the journey, man, because that was a fun game right there. Enjoy the win, but when it's time to work on Wednesday, flip your mind for the Giants, and then make sure that we put a great weekend so we can respect the team we playing, even if this don't even mean nothing, but you still want to go out there and put on a good show, and make sure that you do everything that I mean, you gotta breathe, sleep, eat it, all this, man. You can't turn it off. So you got to make sure all the preparations, it stays the same. It don't matter what week it is, what's at stake. It don't matter. Everything's at stake. We got to stay in tune with what we're doing.
You guys hadn't lost a game for 10 games prior to that Washington one.
Mm-hmm.
We talked last week about how you thought the team would respond really well. You go out, you win by what, 35 points, 34 points, something like that. So clearly you guys did respond well, but just how important do you think it was to get back on track and back to playing the kind of football that you guys have really been playing the majority of the season?
I think it was good because of what's about to happen now. It's win or go home season. And so you got to make sure that you hitting at the right times, or what we talk about, playing at a high level and making sure that we're not having mental errors and all this stuff that tend to come up in games. But I think we've been handling ourselves well, man. I think that the biggest thing is a team could be driving, but we got the ball on our mind. Them turnovers, man. Them turnovers is
you got what?
Crushers.
9 in the last 2 weeks, I think.
I know,
right?
it's
4
crazy.
yesterday. Yeah, that's
and
great.
for you to say that we went 1-1 with 9.
Dude, to lose with 5. I mean, not to relitigate last week, but not many teams lose when they turn the ball. They get 5 turnovers.
Oh yeah. And so I know we gave a lot. Not just talking about it last week, but I know we gave away a lot of penalties on top of that. So it kind of washed it a little bit, and so you see what happened. We gave them a shot in the last drive, and they end up getting it. But for the most part, man, I think the ball is on our mind, and that's a credit to Coach Sirianni and the guys that put the work in every day. Like when we wasn't getting them, all we did was just stay the same. We kept working. We know that one day it's gonna happen. It's happening, and I think that now it's starting to happen at the right time, man. I'm excited because these boys, man, they working their butt off. But boy, thank you.
Man, Brandon was just delivered prime rib.
Yeah. Oh,
For me? No.
You gotta say the spikes is coming down.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I talked to Devontae after he had that drop versus Washington, and I asked him, you had that big drop. Do you change anything you do this week? Are you on the jugs machine more? Do you do anything different with your catching routines? And he said, no, I do everything exactly the same. You just said that too with the turnovers, where even if you're not getting the turnovers, you do the same thing and eventually the results will come. How hard is it to stick to that, though, when early on the results maybe weren't there and getting the turnovers?
Well, it's hard because you got to get everybody to believe in it, because I've been there before. I've been in situations like this where people are talking, oh, man, why y'all not getting this? Why y'all not getting that? Even with sacks, it's the same thing. It's like you can't do nothing different other than work hard, make sure that you stand ready, continuing to work on your craft every day, not get bored with it because, yeah, it's not going to always be perfect. But just know when that junk do pop, it's going to pop and it's going to pop some more. And that's what's been happening right now, man. That these boys got that got the turnovers on their mind. And it was cool to see CD started off, especially how, like you said last week, wasn't, it was uncharacteristic for him to, cost the team on certain stuff. And I get that, man. That's ownership. But you see how he bounced back too. I love our bounce back game, man. Man, I'm loving just everything that oh man, just togetherness that the boys got, man, right now. And to see it all happening because we all believed in the dream of what Nick was selling, even though it wasn't happening at a time where, I mean, man, we had a great bye week. Great. That's all I can say, because if we went on that run, things changed after that bye week, boy.
Yeah.
Because training camp definitely was a good one. And that was our first real break at that point. And, man, I think these guys are proving that the ball is on their mind, and that's all Coach talk about, the ball. And, we talk about other things with that too, but it's all about that ball and taking care of it.
So you mentioned the bye week. It was in week 5, which is a really early bye. And you knew this question. You probably knew this question was going to come. Saquon is 101 yards from breaking the all-time rushing record.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think he should play on Sunday to try to break the record?
I'm going to leave that with Howie now. I ain't gonna need to jump on that one. I ain't playing.
That's a yes.
Well,
that's a yes. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a different way. You haven't had a bye week in 3 months. And you're not going to have a bye in the playoffs because that'll be Detroit or Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
How important is rest this week? I guess is a different way of asking the question.
Well, you like what we talked about, being healthy, being smart with things. I mean, we know what's at stake. It is a record at stake. But it's a team goal at stake too. And then I just know, even last year, I mean, we was looking at, I think it was AJ. He had a record that he could have got, a receiving record.
Yep.
And then he got hurt in the Giants game. You know what I'm saying? Then we didn't have him the first week.
Yep.
So it's like, you got to think about those mistakes that you made before. I don't know, like we can't live scared either. And I'm not going to double talk it, but I'm just saying, like, those situations pop up. They popped up on us 2 times now. Like, it's a record here for AJ last year, then it's a record here for Saquon, and I want them to get it. But it's like, do we force it?
Right.
Because we know the Giants. I mean, they had a good game last game. They won. I mean, I don't never disrespect no opponents, but I'm just saying, like, they ain't playing for
They didn't look like they quit yesterday.
Yeah, they didn't quit. Yeah. So these boys definitely ain't gonna just let you get them 80 yards. They're gonna try to get some good shots on you. So it's like, do we want them to have that? So that's why I said it's a game time decision as far as with that. I think Coach and them gonna really go over the week, and then we'll see what happens.
Well, I think the interesting thing for Nick is like, let's say the offensive line and Saquon were all like, we want to do this.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't necessarily mean that is the right decision for Nick, just because the players want to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's a separation almost that he has to have and how he has to have in making those decisions compared to what the will of the players are. And I think it's an interesting push and pull because as a coach, you want to be able to listen to your players, because they obviously he did during the bye week, which changed the offense, which helped, help make the season be what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But then also he has to think beyond that, I guess. And
yeah.
I
think what they did this weekend, I mean, you could tell that he wanted to ride the players, because they could have easily took him out in the second half because we was up big anyway, but they wanted to get him 2K.
2,000, yep.
And it's like, man, that's a great achievement, man. The O-line, everybody involved on our staff, everybody involved as a team. I mean, it was a team effort. Of course, Saquon is a great talent, but you know how it is, like, the O-line was blocking their butt off too. Everybody's involved.
Well, yes, Saquon was in New York and didn't have 2,000 yards, right?
For real, though. And that boy is great. I'm just
Yep.
saying, like, so I know that's where it's at, but let's break records in them playoffs then. Like, let's flip our mindset on like, all right, the work is done. The work is not done the work is done regular season, but let's get some rest and let's get ready for this real run. And if we setting records on the most rushing yards in the NFL history on playoff stuff and winning the Super Bowl, now we really talking. We really stand. So I want them to get it, but it's like that's what's at stake right now. And so I'm always in the what we gonna do now. It's like right now, this is what we trying to do. We trying to get that ring, that bowl. So let's make sure let's go into it, not letting the individual more than the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I understand that I want this too because I love it. Like, man, when he got 2K, it was like, boy, the seller, even with Tanner getting 2 touch, like you see the celebration we have for each other.
Yep.
It's just, but we've seen this story before, and we chanced it last year, even though we was already in the playoffs at 11-5, and then AJ get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the individual started to become more than what we trying to get to. So I just say, I know they're gonna make the right decision on whatever it is, because it ain't no right or wrong. It's just more about like what we come up with as a team, and we gonna ride or die by whatever it is that we do. So I'm all for whatever they choose, but that we gonna outweigh everything.
I don't know if you can tell, but Spike doesn't want to play the starters this week, right? He's like over here. He's over here persuading you. Like I almost want to play a counter argument. No. He's over here like, well, here's a good point as to why they shouldn't. Right?
I'm not trying to persuade.
No, we saw what you were doing.
I'm not. He's not the head coach. Brandon's not making the choice.
That's why I said how we them gonna make that choice. But I know they're gonna outweigh every possibility, all that stuff, and they're gonna take good care of whatever the decision is. So.
I am curious though, because my Lada said in the locker room yesterday that he was going to talk to Nick and try to persuade Nick, for lack of a better term, that he wants to go for it, right? Like now obviously he's an offensive lineman, so I'm sure that's why he wants to go for it. But I'm curious from your perspective, because you've been a leader of this team longer than Nick's been here. I mean, you've been obviously here for a long time. Does Nick come to you guys when it comes to these type of big decisions? And what are those interactions like?
Yeah, he'll come to us and say, "Hey, I'm thinking this. What you thinking?" Okay, and then he just take on everybody's perspective, but he got the final say, or however he deal with it with Howie and them. Like they all will have the final say, and he'll relay it to us. But he always asks us what we thinking so that we can. Because he want to get better. These last 3 years, I mean, man, I done seen him. What's this, 4? Is this 3?
This is
just 3 years. 3 years.
No, this is 4th year.
It's 4th year. Okay.
Yeah, because first year was the playoff Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And so for him, I know that he's gotten so much better over these 4 years, man. And I just think it's because of him asking questions with the players and trying to be the best players coach he can be, on top of still having this authority too. But it's a give and take in the league because everybody's getting certain stuff. Everybody feels a certain way, and everybody want to be heard too. So you definitely gotta have a fine line with that, where you give and take with that. And I think he's done a great job with that of bridging that gap, because I feel like that's why we feel we're gonna go through a wall for him, because you see how we playing, you see how everybody playing. And I know people play for contract, but that added a little layer when you got a good coach with it too. So I know, man, it's good to see, and I know that's what he's doing right now if he hasn't done it already.
I think the interesting thing about Nick's growth is we think about players as rookies and expect the player will get better as years go on. But normally we don't really think about that as head coaches. And it was Nick's first year as an NFL head coach when he was here. And he's young, relatively young for the job. So
he looks like 15 years younger too from now till then.
Right.
See, Philly ages you.
Yes, it does.
Dude, you see the picture of him as a rookie. It's rookie. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you hit it right on the nose.
Looks like a different
side
person.
by side.
Yeah,
every year.
Like how they say the presidency ages you. It's wild. Like that's exactly what it's like with Nick.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Philly is a tough town, man, to please, because just think 2-2, they was coming for his head, even more than that.
Not
even
us,
more
obviously.
weeks than that. Yeah, okay.
But, came for his head at 3-2, actually.
It was worse after the win.
Oh my goodness.
Remember, it was after the Browns game was when he was going back and forth. That's when that whole thing happened.
Man.
The season seems like it's just amazing how long the season is. It feels like it's like 3 or 4 seasons within one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I'm like, dang, I just was talking to somebody. I'm like, man, I forgot we played the Browns.
And we went to Brazil.
Yes. I mean, man, we was Brazil,
crazy,
and then when it was over, you ain't hear no more about Brazil.
No
more about it.
All right. We're going to take a break now. If you're watching on YouTube, you have a question for Brandon, leave it in the chat. We'll get to that in the next segment. It is the Brandon Graham Show. Eliot Shorr-Parks is here. I'm Spike Eskin along with BG. The Brandon Graham Show is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. There's one more game before Week 17 comes to a close. Detroit is on the road to face off against San Francisco with the Lions laying more than a field goal. That's a little light for the BetQL model, even in a meaningless game. BetQL has the Lions minus 3.5 as a 3-star best bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smart and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
The Piazza Auto Group is proud to have served as the halftime sponsor of the Eagles radio network for over 20 years. As we hope for another championship, it's the perfect time to drive home in the new or certified pre-owned vehicle you've been wanting. The Piazza Auto Group features 18 brands, including Honda, Acura, Mazda, Hyundai, Genesis, Mini, Nissan, Subaru, and Volkswagen. To find the location nearest you or to shop their extensive inventory, visit PiazzaAutoGroup.com. Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898. Listen New Year's Eve as Penn State battles Boise State. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. on the home of Penn State football. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT and the free Odyssey app.
People ask, is PNC just a boring bank? Well, that depends. Is starting a business boring, or being the first person in your family to go to college? For nearly 160 years, they've done the hard and occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. To see what boring banking can do for you, stop into any of their local branches right here in the greater Philadelphia community. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious crispy or roasted chicken sandwich just the way you want.
It's Joe Conklin with the City Rhythm Orchestra at Westchester University and Pittman, New Jersey in February.
Alan Iverson, Joel Embiid.
My dad set this up. This was actually a Christmas gift. Bring us all together, come see Joe and relive all the Philadelphia history. It's amazing.
That's Conklin with City Rhythm and the story of Philly sports through music. Westchester University on February 21st and the Broadway Theater in Pittman, New Jersey on February 22nd. Tickets to a Conklin show make great holiday gifts. For tickets, go to joeconklin.com. JoeConklin.com!
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at repairclinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Okay, so that's with bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, ketchup, and hold the pickles.
You know what you like. You wouldn't order your burger just any way. Why should your sports talk be any different? With chapters on the free Odyssey app, you can choose the topics that matter to you most. Whether it's reactions, matchup previews, injury updates, or team news, quickly find what you really care about. Your football talk, your way. Download the free Odyssey app and start listening today.
This is the Brandon Graham Show, brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Pete's, Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It's the Brandon Graham Show live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philly, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller Time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. I'm Spike Eskin, Eliot Shorr-Parks here, along with Brandon Graham. BG, you mentioned 4 weeks since surgery. Have to get the update on how the arm's feeling and how rehab is progressing.
It's going really good right now, man. Just making sure that I don't jump the gun real fast. Just letting it continuously, just heal while I'm still managing. And like I say, I'm working out every day, doing a lot of making sure I'm keeping my condition somewhat since I can't run. But yeah, man, I've been doing good.
I saw a video of Mekhi Becton walking off the field yesterday after the game. Looked like he was a little emotional, having won the division and having things go the way they did for him with the Jets, and then getting this opportunity here. The beginning of your career was rocky as well with injuries and and getting on track. What is that like, I guess, as a young player who comes in heralded and a top draft pick and not being able to perform at the level that you're capable of performing because there's problems with your body won't let you? How hard is it to keep on and continue to push and become that player? Because you see it happening with Becton now, eventually happened with you as well. What goes into seeing that through to the other side?
Well, you got to have people to believe in you. I think Stout was a great fit for him at a time where he really needed somebody, especially because of what went on with the Jets. It didn't, end so well there for him. It didn't go so well probably for him. But I know when he got here, I know that Stout, made him feel a part of it and made him feel like, hey, man, we're going to get this thing right. As long as you put the work in, which I see him do every day, I think he's going to be really good. And, I just think Stout having that belief in him, the way he talked to him, all that stuff, I think that played a big part on, just letting him enjoy ball again, because I know it was kind of tough over there for him. Like a lot of people never experienced a Haddon T-shirt. I know when he got in, they was on their way to work to get to that, but Aaron Rodgers got hurt. But I'm just saying he still wasn't there. Was he there last year? He was there.
He was there last year.
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers got hurt on a promise that it's man, they about to start, and then that happens, and then I think he got let go, right? He got let go, and I think right now, man, he is the best teammate he could be, the best hard worker he can be. I mean, you were part of the 2K running back. I mean, to go from what he went through out there with the Jets and to come off just a bet prove a year, 1 year deal, and man, I'm so happy for him. And we ain't done yet though. That's the thing. He ain't done yet. And this line, man, I'm telling you, these boys, I wouldn't want to, for me I know my speech had to be strong coming against the Eagles, because sometimes I'm like, ooh, these boys, look at that knockback. I just know they ain't done yet, man, and I'm proud of them boys because I see them put the work in every day, and they ain't gonna stop till it's done.
Well, you mentioned Mekhi Becton hasn't done a Haddon T-shirt. Saquon said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys that were part of football in New York right now.
Oh, Saquon never won a division? He was a wild card team.
They were wild card.
That's right. That's right. Crazy.
They were wild card. Yeah. So
after all the years I've covered the team, it always strikes me when players come to the Eagles, how it helps their careers in a lot of ways. Mekhi Becton coming from an organization that hasn't done well to now being much better. And you see it with other guys. Obviously, Saquon, very talented, but he's having a career year. I know you've only ever played for the Eagles, but what do you think it is about the franchise that allows people to, I guess, be at their best?
I think it's just a credit to the good people that's working in the organization. Not no knocks nowhere. And I mean, this ain't one of them. I'm just speaking on experience on how they bring people in. And I know it's all about being a good person, good human. And I know that that's what we push, because we're gonna have problems. We're gonna be able to talk things out, do all this stuff. And I mean, it ain't perfect in there either, but I think for the most part, everybody's heart is right. And they really want to make sure that, of course, you do everything for the organization, do the best thing for the organization. But a lot of guys feel the good love in the food that they serve, the people that they get to say what's up to every day. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely try to have a good environment in there. And I think it's just a credit to Mr. Lurie, because I know he definitely is one that it's all about personalities, man. And it's a choice for you to be a good person, and I think that's part of it, man. Because I think what's name feel right at home, felt right a part of it when he got here, Becton, and all the guys that come in. Because I mean, we try to do a good job, especially for me. I try to go talk to the people, go say what's up, and let them know, hey, man, whatever you need off the field. If you need somebody massage, you need whatever. You just invite. I mean, I try to do that for him, and I think with Mekhi, it's been showing up even more, because like even now, like we have a little back and forth little stuff, and it's just the relationship you build over time, and I think it's just the great people that's in that organization.
So Mekhi said something last week that he hasn't played a meaningful game this late in the season since high school, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
And so this might sound like a simple question, but you've been here and you won a lot of games, but you've also had years where you guys didn't win a lot of games. Just as a player, I think sometimes people go, oh, they're getting paid, they don't care about winning as much. But when you're on a good team, how much easier is it to succeed as an individual player? I guess, if that makes sense.
Well, on a good team?
Yeah, I'm saying when you're when you come from a losing organization,
okay,
or you're coming from a bad season, just like going to work and all that. I mean, just how much easier is it as an individual to succeed when you're on a winning team as opposed to a losing?
Oh man, I done been on a losing team, but we still had winners in the room. Mm-hmm. But it's like you see the ugly side of things, fans, all the stuff that comes with a losing season. But you got to stay strong as a team, because you got to talk to y'all, talk to the media. You got to make it sound like you really, because you are really trying to work, but you know your issues, you know where you are lacking, and sometimes it don't look good on film. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and you know where you got to go for the next draft or next whatever it is. But I know nobody should see that you gave up on each other because of the hard work that we do put in together. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, and sometimes the losing don't tell the stories. We might have lost close games, and I know the year we went 7-9, 2016. We was losing. We was finding ways to lose, and then the next year we won Super Bowl. We found ways to win, so we wasn't that far off. But sometimes you got to deal with that stuff during the year, and it shows what type of individuals you have on your team, because it can get ugly. It can get dream teamish, where everybody's not speaking after a while, and it's like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? And you know what not to do the next time you're in that situation. But it's so much easier when you got good dudes on a winning team, and everybody's not letting the production get to their head. Like a Saquon, you would think he would be, oh, I'm this, I'm that, man. He's like, man, forget that record, man. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to do this. And I can really believe that, because I see him in his actions. I see him how he interact with just the least, the person that you think they ain't important. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's important. And because we all are individuals that's trying to find our way. And even then, this going to stop for us, and we got to find another way. You know? So I think he's done a great job of just coming in and just being him, and really being about what he say he is. And I mean, he say he ain't on that, I believe him, because I see he don't be on that extra stuff. It's just all about trying to be a good dude. You still talk about Daniel Jones on how good of a dude he was. I hear some of the conversations he talked about other people that people remember that how he was, and I think that's just a credit to him and who he is, and other guys like Makai too. Like, man, they just love to be just fly on the wall and being a part of some good organization, and they really still learning how this all go, because I mean, they ain't had this, and it's like almost like a dream in their mind,
right?
So it do feel good for them to see them really just feel good on
just
some
have
of the
fun
work.
again.
Yeah, man, because Saquon said he ain't had no fun in a while like this, and I'm like, man, enjoy the journey, boy.
Yeah.
Like, don't be so quick to get to tomorrow. Like, let's extend this day as long as we can.
Well, so. I think it speaks to the organizational culture, because I think what people don't always think about is think about players making a lot of money and playing a game. So they think you're getting paid a lot, so everything should be fine no matter what it's like. But truthfully, the place that you're working for, allowing you to be yourself, to help you grow, to be welcoming, like to provide an atmosphere for you guys to be your best selves, whether you're winning or losing, is important, right? Yep. Because winning can bring out bad out of people as well, just like losing can. As you just mentioned, and it all comes down from the top.
Yeah, and it does come down from the top. If it's anxious at the top, anxiousness at the top, it's gonna be anxious at the bottom. Everybody's gonna be worried about their next move and worried about my job and all that. When you're on a losing team, like, everybody trying to figure out, hey, is my group doing good? Okay, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those where it's just a lot of anxious. It get anxious for real, and it get a little. I mean, it takes a strong person to just be like, you know what, I'm good, man. Like, regardless of what happened, I'm gonna give it everything I got. And if my best wasn't good enough, I can all roll with it. But I can't be one of those. You know how people did it changed. I mean, they always show up in the losing. People always show up on who they are, if you were strong or not. But it's like, sometimes, man, you hate to see the ugly side of people too, and you got to try to stay strong, even though that's the wrong way to be. But it's like, you got to stay strong because you got to show people how to do it too. And man, I'm just happy to still have been here. Still trying. I'm just an optimist, man. I'm just optimistic on a lot. I'm hopeful, very hopeful. Sometimes, you deal with people and they done fooled me twice, and it's like, man, that's dang. I tried to have some hope for some people, and sometimes it takes time for them to get to that level of maturity and stuff like that. So it's like, man, that's the only ugly side you see when losing teams. You see people that, we all need to grow. And I know I had my moments where I had to grow too, and it's like, dang, I'm so happy I'm past like little things. But man, on a winning team, boy, and you talking about the details too, and you don't let those slide, because that's what starts to slide sometimes when you on a winning team. That little stuff like that, and you be a one and done.
It was like last year.
It
started 10-1, yeah.
Oh yeah, and we knew that it was ugly a little bit on how we was winning, but I felt the energy was there. People was working. I mean, that's one thing in the Eagle organization. They're just not going to give you something. They ain't going to make you work for it. Right. You're going to work. And that's good, though, because we work. But sometimes the production don't always happen the way you're supposed to. And then when you start switching up, that's when bad stuff start happening. So just stay true to who you are, man. I think I can go out being me.
All right, take one more break. This is and then we'll come back with BG, and then the Players Lounge at 7. This is the Brandon Graham Show, live from Chickies and Pete's. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days with a sporty new Civic, Accord, HR-V, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord or CR-V, a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic, and a 3.9% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Ow! Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door,
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I've got huge news for you. The countdown is on. Monday Night Raw is coming to Netflix. Starting January 6th, WWE Monday Night Raw will be live every week on Netflix. Live drama, live heroes, live action. The premiere episode on Netflix will feature some of the biggest names in WWE, such as John Cena, undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Bianca Belair. There's never been a better time to step into the ring and stream WWE Raw. WWE Monday Night Raw premieres Monday, January 6th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, live only on Netflix.
I'm Mark Lynch, business manager of IBEW Local Union 98. We are proud to connect with the best NECA Pendel Jersey chapter. Together, NECA and Local 98 do the work that powers our great city. Local 98's 5,500 highly trained members approach every job with integrity and excellence. Our clients can count on superior craftsmanship completed utilizing the latest methods, and we're always ensuring safety on the job. If you want the best for your next project, use the top-notch professionals of IBEW Local Union 98.
Did you know this is the busiest season for plumbers? All the parties, tons of people eating at one house. That's when garbage disposals get treated like wood choppers and pipes get backed up like the airport at Thanksgiving. Blah. But don't worry, Horizon Services has the experts in same-day service to handle it all. Clogs, leaks, busted pipes. And right now you'll get $50 off any plumbing repair. Horizon will also give you up to $400 off any water heater installation. I mean, if you like hot showers. Book today at horizonservices.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2024.
Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-353-9057. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-353-9057. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-353-9057. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-353-9057, 800-353-9057, or biglou.com.
Make 2025 the year you get started on your next success with the University of Maryland Global Campus. An accredited state university, UMGC is a school for real life, helping working adults like you learn the skills you need for the career you want. Choose from more than 135 degrees and certificates in career-relevant fields and earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer scholarships, affordable tuition, and online and hybrid classes, all with the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. Get a head start on your goals in the new year. Now is the perfect time to take the next step in your life and education at University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Undergraduate and most graduate courses start January 8th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Back to the Brandon Graham Show, brought to you by Miller Lite and Chickies and Beats on Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It is the Brandon Graham Show, of course, with Brandon Graham, Eliot Shorr-Parks, myself, Spike Eskin. We're at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller Time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. It's a big crowd in here.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I was like, man, is it a game going on today?
No game.
No, but it's love, right?
Love you.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. It's love for sure.
Well, you guys finally won a game, too, you know, after losing.
I know.
So.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
You know, the beginning of the game, So CJ gets the interception, but on that, Dallas was driving a little bit.
Yep.
Dallas drove again. And we were talking about during the show today, it seems like a bunch of times this year, the opposing offense seems to drive on you guys the first drive or two of the game. And then something happens and it just stops.
It just changed.
Yeah. Like, is there something going on? Because it seems to happen like regularly that and as a fan, I'm watching it. I'm watching yesterday's game, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. Yep. And then all of a sudden, it just seems like the faucet gets turned off at a certain point. Is there something schematically that you guys do in the beginning of games to feel the other team out, or is something happening there, or is it just?
No, that's well, yes, it is those how are they attacking you, and so as you go on the sideline, if you get out of a drive, say, okay, CD got the pick, we go to the bench. And we look over our iPad and coach say, hey, they hitting us in this area instead of what we went over in practice. They doing it like this now. So we adjust. We talk about how they lining up. They trying to manipulate the ends where they try to take away a gap that we might have by crowding the receiver there in the gap to make it look smaller than it is so you can get outside so that they can get that gap. It's like little manipulations that goes on in different position spots. And I just feel like, the first 15 plays, that's what you really see, like what's going to be the game, what's the game plan for the day. And so I think we do a great job of just adjusting, man. And then it's on. Then it's like, as you go, we just keep adapting okay, they switched it up here, or they went back to this because maybe they got a lot of yards on a play action play, and they had the running back leak out late and nobody covered them, so they tried it again. Like it's plays that you see that you might have lost or got lucky on that you know that they're gonna come back to maybe in the second half, or you don't know when, but you make sure that everybody get their guy, everybody be where they're supposed to be, and don't cheat it. Like we ain't gotta cheat it, and that's what we talk about. Don't cheat to do somebody else's job. Make sure you take care of your area, and I think we rally to whenever we know when the ball is committed.
By the way, that second interception.
I know.
Oh, man.
He owes Quinion something, man.
I know.
It was like, he looked like he was covering
Quinion
him.
was right there, too.
It looked like Quinion was the wide receiver, and CJ was actually like defending him or something. I've never seen. Poor guy, he can't get one.
That was I know, and that boy got his own island over there. And I mean, he can't even get one, but it's coming though. I told him, I'm like, man, I'm telling you, playoffs, baby. Nah, it's like
it's a good time to have a first one.
Hey, good time to have a first one.
Yeah.
Maybe two, like Gardner Johnson.
There you go.
And go and advance to the next round, man. So you never know. Like that's another thing too. Stay committed to what you're doing. Don't get caught up in what you don't have. It's okay. Be content with what you do have, and then when more come, it'll come at the right time.
That's got to be frustrating for Quinion. Like he's been playing great all year, and obviously interceptions, what everyone looks at with corners. So it's almost half that had to not be super fun for Quinion.
You know what? With all the pub he's been getting, as far as like them knowing the numbers that he's been going against these top guys, I don't think it's that bad. It's just good to see that because whenever you're not hearing about no corner getting attacked like that, that's a good thing in my mind. And so I know for him, he know he's doing a great job. That way, he know that PFF is definitely watching every little thing that he do. So,
big PFF guy.
Trust me, I wouldn't be mad because it's just like with me. All my career, I ain't really had a wild sacks, but boy, the pressures was up there all the time. And it was like, you know what? If that's what it is, I know the sacks don't always define. I mean, the sacks definitely don't always show what it is that a lot of guys that have like been disruptive in the league. And there's a lot of guys out there like that. I'm glad. Thankful for PFF and people like that really see your win percentages and what you're winning on and
hurries, hits,
all that stuff, because people just see, they ain't getting there, but you ain't seen the one step, bam, hit the quarterback, all the quarterback hits he got, but maybe he is affecting it, but maybe
we're forcing turnovers too. Yeah. Sometimes if you don't sack the guy, but you hit him or you hurry him and he makes a bad decision, that helps. But
that helps.
I'm curious. Almost did it with Chauncey. Right?
So we started making fun of Eliot.
Spikes in my head now.
We noticed that Eliot, when he asks a question, he always says, "I'm curious." So
Yeah,
we
it's like
said
my-
it to
my
him,
crush.
and
Yeah.
now he's like, we're gonna
Almost
put like
did it right there.
a dog shot collar on
I did
him.
it earlier in the show. Spike was laughing behind you. Yeah. So I'm curious with Johnson. When he left and came back, everybody said you guys, or the players, I should say, said you guys missed him in the locker room and like his personality. And it seems like that's been true. It does seem like he's really had an impact. What's having him back in the locker room been like for you guys after not having him last year?
Well, it's just good to have that guy that's gonna go out there and put his life on the line for the team. I mean, that's how I can say it, because you see how amped up he is and how much he want to get after guys for messing with teammates. And I think he's just a great leader as far as off the field stuff that he does that I've seen. Just even with just guys that he brought up for training camp, you see, because you get to meet people, families, you get to meet people on. Oh man, I'm bringing these people up. They here in Philly. I want you to meet them. He's been through this. He's been through that. Just want to show him a good time. And I mean, I pay attention to all that little stuff, man. So it's cool to see people doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And Chauncey, one of them, and happy to have him back because we did have unfinished business. And you see what's happening right now. He's had a heck of a game last week. And man, just can't wait to see what's to come because really. The DB room, man, they strong. Them boys are strong. They together. They do a lot of stuff. They already talking, about when they done during the off season, where they gonna go. They always go to a trip every year, so I love that. I love to see that, man, because all that stuff matter. All that stuff really do matter, and it builds that togetherness that you want. And I know they do a good job. Even like a Zach Bond and all them boys, they room is cool. They coach is cool. They coaches. Hart, man, he's good, and I really like how everybody is turning their career around. Jacoby, you got Zach, you got D-line room with Clinton on them.
Even Slade, people doubted him last year.
Yeah,
he's come back and played well.
I mean, like I told Slade, that last what was it? The Panthers game? I mean, that was the Panthers game. He was balling.
Panthers game, he had the big breakup late.
Washington game.
Washington
game. He was hitting like a linebacker.
You're right.
In the Washington
I mean, he
game.
always hit though. I gotta give it to Slade. Slade always ain't afraid of that at all. But yeah, he was. Hey, like I told him, man, you got another year in your big dog. Because certain people just only want to play to certain times. But we gonna see. But man, we ain't done yet. We ain't done nothing yet. I told y'all. Like I remember all them little receipts of which I was talking before this, man. So we ain't done that.
Receipts.
You know
I'm
how
just doing
I
my
gotta do.
job.
We
That's
ain't
all
done
spite.
nothing
That's
yet,
all
man.
spite.
We gotta get work. I gotta get back to that, man. We ain't done nothing yet. It do feel good to have a good win against them Cowboys, though. All those fans out there that's listening, I'm sorry, y'all gotta wait till next year.
Yeah, I kind of like the fans taunting Jerry Jones too. I don't know. If
Oh,
you heard
that was
that.
good. Oh, that was good. She was like, "Oh, such a great job."
Well, I don't think he knew she was kidding too.
Oh,
Yeah,
he caught it. I know he caught it at the end.
Oh,
yeah,
did he? Okay,
he caught it. He caught it.
At first, I thought he
But
was like, "Oh, he's complimenting."
Oh yeah, at first, but boy, that was too funny, man. He said, "We love you over here in Philly."
Well, I don't know if you saw this, but this is the most you guys have beat the Cowboys by a combined score, I think, in the history of the franchise. It was like 62 points.
In the combined 2 games.
Yeah, because you guys smoked them the first game, too.
Yeah.
What was the score? It's been a minute.
I think it was 34-6 the first.
Something like
Dang,
that. Yeah.
real?
I think so, yeah.
That's what we did out there?
That was the first Cooper Rush.
It was close at half, and then you guys got it.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Man, that's how fast this season went, man. I mean, we know we got the win. I know wins and losses, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, boy, we've been on the street, but I haven't always looked at the scores. I mean, the only score I know, and that's the one that matter, the one at the end.
The W.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. So hey, we gonna
the one from a few years ago.
Oh yeah, you know that one. I know that's go.
That one's easy to remember.
Hopefully we get us another one I can memorize.
The Players Lounge is next. Ike Reese, Hugh Douglas, Eliot Shorr-Parks sticks around, and this week's guest, Landon Dickerson. BG, Happy New Year to you. And one more, and then we're in the playoffs. So thank you again for listening. Players Lounge is next. This has been the Brandon Graham Show.